guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Restorations and Repairs. Today, part 4 of our Beetle rehab on the 66 Beetle that we picked up. Before I get into today's video, let me remind you I have another channel, Farpoint Mowers and More. I'd love for y'all to go over there, check it out, and if you like what you see, subscribe. It's basically small engine repair and mower upgrades and modifications. But I've got my wife Jen here with me tonight because this is kind of easier done with 2 people. We've already done 1 seat for the fronts. Here's what it looks like here. And the reason we're not getting to the other one is I have some foam on order. So while we're waiting on that to fix the other mangled seat you see there, we're going to be working on the rear seats. Honestly, the rear seats weren't too bad. They weren't too great either. And we do want the car to at least match when we put it back together. This is a car that I'll enjoy for a year or 2, and then we'll probably turn around and resell. And we're looking to make a profit because that's how restoration businesses work. So I don't look to make huge money when I do these things because I'm not a full-on restorationist, but that's where we're at. So we're going to take off this homemade variation here, and it's kind of interesting if you take a look at the back. It was hand sewn and kind of like used string or something to just kind of put it all together. It's not a bad idea, and I'll bet you back in the 80s when this was done, probably early 80s, judging by the wear on it, this was probably really nice. I mean, the quality of the fabric is there. It's just turned to dust now that it's been around for so long. Now we're gonna have to rip some of this probably. There's some sewing in here that looks a little questionable, but I'm not exactly sure how they put this all together, so we'll see when we get it. Oh, I see. If you cut that one, that'll release the tension. Cool. Yeah. And underneath it, got one more right there. Underneath it, the original cover is still there. So this car originally came with a cream interior. I don't like a light colored interior, so we went with black. But you can see, even then, this was obviously something that wasn't probably didn't have a lot of rear seat passengers. Would you agree?
Just worn over time.
Yeah, the stitching, because it's just like everything, it gets pretty worn. Now the rear of these, they have hog rings, and the replacement does not use that. So we may not even need to replace or take this off. I think what we should do is
See if it'll fit.
Lay our new seat over it and see what we got here. This kit, what's the name of that company?
It's called Distinctive Industries.
Cool. Distinctive Industries is, and I mean, if you look at it, I would say indistinguishable from the original, which is really neat. I mean, it's just incredible. Like, I like Volkswagen Rabbits, and you try to find parts for Rabbits, it's about all you can do to even come across them. So having the ability to have these kits like this that are a perfect match for really reasonable prices, it's a real treat. This covers
Very snug.
Very snug and very easy to install compared to the front seats. I'll give it that. Right, let's flip it back over and see what it looks like. Yeah.
Not bad.
That was really easy. Okay. Well, let's tie this one off and we'll move to the back piece. The back piece requires quite a bit of disassembly. Well, I won't say quite a bit, but a bit of disassembly. It looks on here. Yeah. So that bottom part, way easy. I wish the rest of it had gone that well. Let's move that aside. We'll get a flat Phillips head and we'll start on the rear piece. All right, so on the back piece, this is the part that's upright that flips down to make like a cargo area, which is how it will probably live most of its life. They redid this as well. You can see the sun has rotted big time that back, or again, considered leaving it. What we are going to leave is this portion here. This is a piece of hardwood or plywood, and it's some screws here that hold all this together. We'll leave that, so we're just going to unscrew that, take it off, and that'll expose what we need along the back here. All right, we should be able to lift that off. I'm surprised that we never found
Any mouse nests.
Yeah, honestly. That horsehair actually looks like it's in decent shape.
There might be one over there.
Yeah, I take it back.
First one.
Scoot that back plate out of the way. And I don't know if it shows up on camera, but
Fishing line.
fishing line, right? Fishing string here.
There's more of these V-clips.
Okay, so that's what's next. We got to pull these little stabbing clips out of the way, and we'll yank that. It's really easy to stab yourself with these little clips here. There's the Band-Aid on my wife's hand will prove. This isn't too dissimilar to what Volvo was using in the mid-'80s, so I'm a little familiar with how these seats come apart. I never did reupholstery work, but when I worked at the dealership, had to put seat heater grids in it time to time and fix power motors. So some of this stuff is ringing ancient bells in my head. Careful, too. Okay. That is gross. But you can see underneath the horsehair, not in that bad a shape.
Looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Put it face down.
I think that's the way it goes.
Those were peeled back or forward? Forward, I guess. I feel like you'd stab yourself with it, though.
They need to go down. But I'm not sure about that.
I mean, it makes more sense because you could stab yourself if you were reach your hand up underneath, you know. That's the front. Now we'll do the back here. Ow.
Without stabbing yourself.
Okay. All right, once the front and the back are in place, we'll work on the sides here. Sides are a little more tricky because you have some overlap. The back is going to overlap. I'll show you up here. These back ones are going to go in on these. And then this is also going to attach to that. So a lot of stretching involved to get that to fit on both sides. So I guess I'll start on this end.
Without pinching yourself.
Yeah, it's a little tougher because it does have to go through both layers. Just to make sure that this is down pretty far. Slide.
I want to hammer those down so they don't.
This hurts.
Maybe we can reach out to Band-Aid to be our sponsor of this video.
Yeah, seriously. That I'm not so sure of. Alright, so we're already at the point where we're reattaching the rear panel. And yeah, this is not a whole lot to this. It just seems to work pretty well. Alright, let's lift it up here. Yeah. Got a little bit of stuff on there we'll have to clean off, but other than that, she's pretty nice. The bottom's good, the top's good. If we flop it down here, that back is still good. Just a little bit of sun damage on this last piece, but honestly,
Nothing to worry about.
nothing I care about. Most of the time, 99% of the time, this thing will be flat down, and we'll probably cut a piece of carpet to fit over it, and that way we can throw, you know, tool kits or whatever else we're going to be using on it. But I did want it to be looking good for when it's time for resale. Cool. Well, I guess that'll do it. I will make a separate video on just the front seat recovering because it's a little more in depth.
A lot more in depth.
Yeah, I've got foam coming for that one as well as the seat cover. So we've done 3 out of the 4. That 4th one will be its own video. I want to thank my wife Jen for helping me out today. This is day 2 of doing some interior stuff, and I'm a mechanic, so I don't do this kind of work usually. I'm a mechanic by trade, a restorer by love, and an interior decorator by force. I don't really want to do this kind of work, but it is part of what we do here on the farm. Till next time, my friends, take care.
Take care.